what's up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 19 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Episode number 234. Today's episode is powered by my sponsor Elgato Gaming and the HD60S capture card, the green screen which is immersing myself into this video today, and I'm being lit up of course by the brand new key lights. If you are looking to up your content creation game, then check down below in the description for a link to my Elgato profile page, and yes, there is a little setup tour video there for you guys as well. Thank you in advance for those of you that do that. Let's get on in to today's video. So we are currently 7-3 I think in the weekend league, and pushing on today to try and get some more wins. Ronaldinho played outstandingly well in yesterday's episode, and it was basically all about him being a complete and utter beast. I love him. But yeah, we're like 5 out of 8 on the way to getting a foot swap player. I figured I would have been like partly on the way to get a lone Valencia because I have Pogba in my team and I figured he would have assisted someone. But then really I'm playing him for the first half at defensive midfield. He's no longer that central cam for me, and he does go off at half time. So yeah, I guess it's no wonder that we don't actually have that particular challenge completed. I guess I can do that in an offline game and it will take me like 5 minutes. So we go into the weekend league then at 7-3 with a lot of confidence. You know, the team's definitely playing better than it was at the very start of this weekend league, and we get ourselves a corner 1 minute 40 into this game. Pogba's there to head home and I'm like, all right, well, I wanted you to assist. So what I needed was the flick over to the back post and someone to head it in, because that's what's going to get me the lone version of Antonio Valencia. Because I have been thinking that I'm not sure if he's going to be a better right back than Aurier, or if it would be worth spending the money on him with Team of the Season around the corner. I'm guessing no, but if I can get this Valencia into my team to give him a go, then I would know after using the loan version whether or not I actually really like to get the full version using some of the players in my club, or whether or not we stick with Aurier or wait for Tots or whatever. Because I do really like Aurier, but if there's any way, you know, if Valencia is like a top tier right back on the game, he could be end game, and that could work for us. You know, linking him to Pogba in future squads to get chemistry, which could be useful. You know, there's just things like that go through my head, and then the sensible side of me is like, no, don't do the SBC, mate, because there will be better options and stuff come Tots, or maybe there won't, I don't know. So these are the things that currently go through my head. So I give 2 penalties away in this game. Fortunately, I saved the second one so that, you know, my opponent doesn't just get back in the game off of little set pieces. But yeah, I'm 2-1 up at the moment after scoring 2 nice early goals. We whip the ball off of Roberto Carlos here with Aurier, knock it into Ronaldinho, who plays it nicely to CR7. Little LB fake shot there. Richarlison plays a beautiful ball back to the Portuguese man, who strikes it green into the top of the net. And that right there, holding off that defender, using the pace and having so much power behind that shot, that is something that only people like Ronaldo can do on this game, and that is the difference between having him and having, you know, maybe Richarlison in that situation wouldn't have had quite enough pace, or, you know, wouldn't have been able to hold the defender off, or wouldn't have been able to strike the ball better than Ronaldo in that situation. I don't know, but we, you know, there's a select few players on this game that can do what CR7 does. He turns the defender nicely here, gets inside, you know, like cuts inside with some tight dribbling as well, plays it through the legs of Sergio Ramos into Aubameyang, who knocks it home to give me a 4-1 lead in a game where I was actually kind of struggling to begin with. And I think that leads to the rage quit. Yeah, that guy kind of, he was really annoying. The way that he was playing was just super annoying. So it felt good to finally come away with the 4-1 rage quit victory. And that takes us up to 8 wins. Now, if you haven't done so already, I need you to hit that thumbs up button on today's video. That's the sort of thing which really keeps this series going. The motivation and stuff from you guys is just, that you give me just from smashing that like button is just amazing. It's outstanding. You guys are brilliant. Hit that thumbs up button on today's episode. If we can get anywhere near 2,000 likes, I'll be very happy. So we move on into the next game. This one looks like it could be a tough one. You know, there's some good players in this team that I know that I'm going to struggle against. Heung-min Son, of course, is always just a difficult player to come up against. This Sadio Mane, I've been coming up against him a little bit more than I thought, or a little bit more than I thought I would have done, just because there's more people that have done this Mane SBC than they should have been. Because I know that you might be Liverpool fans and you might get him because of that, But if he's going to get a tots, right? Surely, with the way that he's performed this season. So it just seemed like you might as well wait a couple more weeks until Prem Tots comes out, and then you would have had the better chance of Mane. I don't know. Perhaps people wanted to spend their untradables and stuff. And to be fair, Player of the Month Mane is probably a lot more of an affordable price SBC, or when he came out, I'm sure he was, compared to what like a Team of the Season Mane could be if he does get one. So I turned this game around nice and quickly. 2-1 up at the moment, but he plays it inside. Mane's there to score. So I think I scored the kickoff goal off of my opponent's first goal, and then he scored the kickoff goal off of my goal. And then look at this. How do I not tackle Scholes right there? There's just no way that doesn't tackle him. I don't know. He keeps the ball somehow, and it ends up in my opponent getting a goal. And we're 3-2 down at half time, and I'm like, it shouldn't be. We really shouldn't be. This is annoying me. I need to step it up in the second half. But I think things go from bad to worse right here as Sterling whips it in and Mane is there to just smash it home. I moved the goalkeeper the wrong way and it basically is an open goal for him to whip it home and score. But I play a nice ball over from CR7 to Zlatan Ibrahimovic and I just steady myself and bang it. And that was enough to get me back in this game, and that just gave me that little bit of hunger to win this one. I felt like I could do it. And almost instantly I play it through to Ronaldinho, who scores the goal again. This guy was open at the back and I could win. I could beat this guy if I just keep going. Perisic, or Alonso should I say, wins the ball back. Perisic on the ball now, plays it to Ronaldinho. Cut it inside, whip it with an LB cross. You know that Zlatan Ibrahimovic is going to score there because he just does. All the time, which is why he is basically the GOAT. He's the GOAT version of Zlatan, I think, anyway. And unless, of course, he ends up getting the tots. I don't know. I hope they wouldn't. Like, I don't know if you guys will know by now, by the time you're watching this video. But Zlatan's obviously, you obviously know that he's in the running for a Team of the Season. I guess he's going to get one if it's like a popularity contest. But I don't know if he would have the pace and stuff of the flashback version unless they went off of that one to give his tots. If they did, then it's going to be all kinds of broken, and Zlatan tots is going to be in everyone's clubs because he would be outstanding if they gave him like better stats than his flashback anyway. So it felt so good to get a win and a rage quit off of that guy after being 4-2 down. But that's why you got to just stick with these games. If you feel like you can win, a lot of the times you actually can. Next game, kind of scared by this guy's like Team of the Year Ramos and his 3 red players and stuff. But, you know, we've got to push forward and stay confident. He's seen that I've got better. You know, I've got good reds as well. Couple of good players with Ronaldo and Ronaldinho. So maybe he's scared of me too. 19 minutes on the clock. Who goes 1-0 up? Lastly does. A nice angled, low-driven shot. First time, of course, from Aubameyang sees us go 1-0 up in this game. And then Rashford picks the ball up here, and I just can't quite get onto him. He cuts inside, hits a little finesse, and it was enough that I think my David Luiz might have been in the way of the goalkeeper there. I tried to block the shot with David Luiz. Didn't quite work out for us. And Red Rashford goes off celebrating after he gets his equalising goal. I then whip it up. Richarlison wins the header. Ronaldo plays it out to Ronaldinho. Turn that defender nicely. Knock it inside to Ronaldo, who strikes it first time in at that far post. It was just a very quick move that got us a nice quick goal to get back into the lead in this one. Torreira then picks the ball up into Richarlison, into Ronaldinho, who's just, into Ronaldo, should I say, plays it down the wing, out wide to Richarlison. First time hit, low-driven shot again, past the goalkeeper at the far post, and we are 3-1 up. Alonso then whips it in, and it is Richarlison straight into the goalkeeper's hands. But we pick the ball up from the throw out. Ronaldinho to Richarlison to Cristiano, to Aubameyang, back to Ronaldo, and it goes in off the post. After he strikes it with his weak foot, we are 4-1 up, and have definitely turned this game around for the better. Feeling confident that we would come away with the victory in this one after being 3 goals up. I think I probably went into slightly more defensive mode, and you know, like in terms of drop back and then having the people just passing it around with possession rather than lots of pressure on the opponent's team. But when Ronaldinho scores that like flick up volley, I'm like 5-1. Yeah, he's gonna quit, and we're gonna come away with another victory here, which brings us up to 10 wins. So we are 10-3, I think, and that was our 8th game where we got 2 goals in the game, which gives us our 3rd foot swap player. that's good because now, we're well on the road. I don't know if I'm going to get all of them this month because there's that one in Rivals which I just might not be able to complete because I don't have a time. The weekly objectives which expire over the next couple of days, I'm probably not really going to be able to get that. Is it the score with Dutch players in Rivals wins? I don't know if I'll have time for that. I'll try if I get the chance, but, it's just... literally a timing issue. So my next opponent's got a mad squad. He had an absolutely beastly team. And he goes 1-0 up with Eden Hazard after 15 minutes. He then goes 2-0 up with Rashford. I basically give him a free goal. I move the goalkeeper too far in the wrong direction. And it just is a tap-in, of course, for Rashford. He then scores again with Rashford. And I'm like, 33 minutes. I'm 3-0 down against the mega squad. I'll quit. I'll move on to the next one. There's no point getting ragey about it or even trying because we've lost that game. That's not one that you look at and think, yeah, I can come back, because it just isn't. So, yeah, GG's to my opponent. I'm very, very jealous of players like that who have that Rashford. That Rashford is just someone that I couldn't afford at the time, but I'm just sure he's so good. He's like on the level or maybe better than Player of the Month Aubameyang, who has been so good for me that I imagine a 5-star skill version like, Marcus Rashford would just be incredible, right? But we go 1-0 up after my opponent's goalkeeper feeds it straight back to me off of... I think he moved his goalkeeper and stuff. But then, so we get very lucky with our goal. My opponent gets super lucky with his goal. Another Player of the Month Mane to come up against. Seems more common than I thought he would do anyway. But... 1-1 at half-time. We can push on into the second half here. Ronaldinho just gets it in front of that defender. Zlatan plays it through to Cristiano Ronaldo, who, I don't know, where do we win the ball back here? Oh, it's with Aurier. Aurier to Herrera, into Ronaldinho, to Marcos Alonso. Look at how it's lots of first-time passes that I couldn't even keep up with the names in that little run of play. That's what you have to do to get through these teams that seemingly have so many defenders back, and just a lovely bit of skill, movement and stuff from R10 puts him through to put me 3-1 up in a game which I was most definitely struggling in. So we get the rage quit, we get the win, and what does that do? That takes us up to 11 wins. 11-4, I guess. So we're 11-4 after rage quitting that game against the super team. So we've definitely pulled it back from 0-2. So then effectively go 11-2 if you write the first couple games off. I'll take that for sure. So we've been playing pretty well. Ronaldo's been on fire in this episode, as well as Ronaldinho, and the whole team is just starting to gel and play quite nicely. I'm enjoying it anyway. It hasn't been too stressful. Don't forget, we've still got another episode on the Weekend League coming up because I'm only 11 wins and I need to get that up to 14 so that we can get our rewards for next week. But Ronaldinho is now at 66 contributions in 48 games. He's doing great. He really is. And then Ronaldo was at a ridiculous amount as well. And he's basically been the one that, for me, has been the star of this episode anyway. He's really coming into form, and I am glad that I bought him. Maybe it isn't the smartest time to buy a player like that, and by the time you're watching this, I may have possibly sold him after I complete my weekend league, just in case his price does drop with Team of the Season coming out imminently, or I might keep him and just almost write that cost off because I know how good he's been for me, and hey, we might be able to bring some Serie A Team of the Season players in at some point to link up to Ronaldo to get him on full chem and stuff. So yeah, guys, that is going to wrap things up for today's episode. Thank you to those of you that are sticking with the series, even though I'm a few days shifted along in my schedule. I appreciate that, and by the start of next week, we'll be back to normal again with Team of the Season coming out. Guys, do me a massive favor, hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Don't forget to follow me on Insta and Twitter. Those links are down below in the description. See what I'm getting up to and stuff. Make sure that, most importantly, you all have a lovely day out there. Thank you once again for your amazing support. You guys are awesome. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.